December's end, two neighbors decided to call on an old-time friend. They found his shop was neat and clean, and on the walls were decorated with branches of green. And Conrad sat with a shine on his face, and he stopped in the middle of a stitch of twine, and he said, "Old friends, at dawn today, when the cock was crowing the night away, the Lord appeared to me in a dream, and he said, today, your guest I'm going to be." So you see, I'm clean and shine, the table is set, and the kettle is fine, and now all I have to do is wait till I hear the Lord knock on the door, and I'll open and look upon his face. So the two friends went home and left Conrad alone, for this was the happiest day that he had ever known. For long since his family had passed away, and Conrad had spent many a lonely Christmas day. But if the Lord was going to be his guest, then Conrad knew that this Christmas would be his very best. So he waited with only joy and listened for the sound that when he knocked on the door, he would open it and see a smiling face. He jumped with every sound, and after going to the window and looking around, all he could see was just snow on the ground. But then he heard a knock and he ran to the door. He opened it, but he was disappointed. It was only a beggar, torn shoes on his feet, and the clothes on his back was ragged and worn. But Conrad's heart was moved, and he asked him to come in and get warm. He said, "I have some shoes in my shop for you, and a coat that'll keep you warmer too." So the beggar left with a smile on his face. But Conrad was sad, for the Lord hadn't come, and he wondered how much longer he'd have to wait. Then he heard a knock, and he ran to the door once more. But this time it was only an old lady. She had a shawl black and a pile of kindling up on her back. She only asked for a place to rest. But that's what Conrad had prepared for his special guest. She said, "Please don't turn me away, for I need to rest just a while on Christmas Day." So he bid her come in, and he poured her a cup of brew, and he asked her to sit at the table and sip. So when she left, again, Conrad was sad. For the Lord hadn't come as he said he would, and Conrad wondered if maybe he had misunderstood. Then he heard her cry, "Someone help me please, and tell me, where am I?" So he ran to the door, and he was disappointed like twice before. It was only a child that had wandered from home and was lost from her family on Christmas Day. So Conrad was sad, but he knew he had to make the little girl glad. So he bid her come in, and he wiped her tears, and he calmed her childish fear. Then he walked her to her home once more, but when he returned to his own darkened door, he knew the Lord wouldn't come today, for the hours of Christmas had passed away. So he went to his room, and he knelt to pray, and he said, "Dear Lord, why did you delay? Why did you not come as you said you would? For I wanted so much to see your face." Then in the still of the quietness, he heard a voice say, "Look up, for I kept my word. 3 times times my shadow crossed your floor. 3 times I came to your lonely door. He said, you see, I was the beggar with the cold feet, and I was the old woman that you gave something to eat. I was the child that was lost on the lonely street. 3 times I knocked on your door, and 3 times I came in, and 3 times I felt the mark of a friend. Of all the gifts